So lads, Aliyah Boston has just said something. She has said something. She gave an answer to a question that obviously people are going to be asked, the Fever players are going to be asked, and she did it in the best possible way.
The WNBA finds itself once again at the center of a manufactured controversy as Dewanna Bonner makes her return to Indianapolis only to face the entirely predictable reception she deserved, while league veterans and media members have chosen to paint Indiana Fever fans as villains rather than address the real narrative unfolding before their eyes.
What was it like having Dewanna Bonner return to Indiana, and what were your thoughts on the fan reception tonight?
Honestly, that got nothing to do with me. I think DB returned because we were playing Phoenix, and so that happened to be that. The fans chose to do what they wanted to do, but for us, it's about paying attention to what we have to do here, and that was coming in and getting a big win, which we were able to.
This reveals the growing divide between fans who understand accountability and a league that seems more interested in protecting feelings than acknowledging reality. In this age of social media outrage and manufactured drama, common sense has become as rare as a Dewanna Bonner highlight reel from her brief Indiana stint.
I boo people for less. I boo people for way less. Like, if somebody played for my team, my favorite team, and they left after 9 to 10 games, wasn't a good fit. I'm sure she dealt with some shit. I'd feel the type of way her coming back into my house. That's just fandom, okay? So, again, open to constructive feedback. I think that's sports, man. I'm going to be booing people all the time. I love it. Boo. I love booing.
During Wednesday night's game between the Indiana Fever and Phoenix Mercury, with the Fever looking to continue their impressive run, Dewanna Bonner checked into the game and received exactly what any rational sports fan would expect: a chorus of boos from fans who remember being abandoned mid-season.
I might lose some of you with this one, but I'm open to constructive feedback, okay? I don't think it's a big deal that Dewanna Bonner got booed. I don't. I love that Aliyah Copper stuck up for her post-game interview, right? Like, that's her teammate, that's her girl. She said what she needed to say. I boo people for less. I boo people for way less. Like, if somebody played for my team, my favorite team, and they left after 9 to 10 games, wasn't a good fit.
The moment was as predictable as it was justified. Bonner, who signed with the Fever as a marquee free agent acquisition, played exactly 9 games before deciding the fit wasn't right and requesting her release.
Y'all expected the Indiana Fever fans to what? Give her a warm welcome back in the Gainbridge after sitting here and quitting on the team not even halfway through the season? And you talking about it's distasteful, it's disrespectful the way Dewanna Bonner quit on this team. This is sports. You women's basketball players and women's basketball fans sit up here and act like everything is supposed to be peaches and cream all the time. Stadiums, arenas, everybody boos players.
What followed was the kind of professional response that has defined Aliyah Boston's career. She told reporters that the fan reaction got nothing to do with me, and that fans chose to do what they wanted to do.
Literally perfect.
Honestly, that got nothing to do with me.
That got nothing to do with me. First of all, it's very different than we don't condone that. We don't like seeing that. Like, nothing about that. It was literally no negative things towards fans, which they probably would have hoped that Aliyah Boston called out the fans. Just, they had nothing to do with me. She doesn't want to get herself involved in the wrath of the old WNBA.
Meanwhile, Mercury players popped up like jack-in-the-boxes at a grievance convention, ready to turn routine fan behavior into the next great sports injustice. But here's where the story gets interesting. And by interesting, we mean absolutely predictable. Instead of acknowledging that booing is a fundamental part of professional sports, we have Mercury star Aliyah Copper calling Fever fans distasteful for expressing their disappointment.
I don't understand, she a legend, and just all the things that she's done for the league, and just the disrespect, I can't get down with it. They booed her. She didn't say a word to the crowd. People talk some trash to her, but we had her back. But it's just very distasteful for what their fans.
If you are enjoying, please subscribe. Now here's where this story takes a turn from merely disappointing to absolutely infuriating. Mercury players, in all their infinite wisdom, have chosen to ignore the legitimate reasons why fans might be upset with Dewanna Bonner, while simultaneously suggesting that booing a player who abandoned her team is somehow beyond the pale. Let that sink in for a moment. Players are more concerned about protecting someone who quit on her team than they are about understanding why fans might feel betrayed.
Kalia Copper. You know that she quit on the team, right? You know that she quit on the team. She quit. She's a quitter. Money that we could have used on a free agent that actually has mental fortitude, that's mentally strong, not mentally weak. We could have went out and signed them to help us actually turn this team into a winning team. Try to help us build toward the future. Instead, Dewanna Bonner and Stephanie White talked to each other in a dark room and said, yeah, I'll get you over here today.
This is the same Dewanna Bonner who was brought in specifically to provide veteran leadership and championship experience to a young Fever roster. She was supposed to be the missing piece, the steady hand that would guide Caitlin Clark and this promising team toward contention. Instead, she played 9 games, averaged 7.1 points while shooting a mediocre 34.5% from the field, got benched, and then decided she didn't like the situation. The league's response, or more accurately, certain players' responses to the fan reaction, is telling. When fans invest emotionally and financially in their team, only to watch a veteran player walk away when things get challenging, booing becomes not just acceptable, but expected. It's like watching someone complain about getting splashed when they choose to stand next to a swimming pool.
She signed, she played like 9 games, and then she said, I don't want to be here anymore, and I'm not going to show up until you release me. Basically quit on the team because she wanted to be back home with Alyssa Thomas in Phoenix, which, I mean, totally fair, but why would you sign a contract with Indiana if you just wanted to be home? You know, that doesn't make any sense. And so she leaves, she quits on the team, and now she returns to Indiana, and she gets booed. And people are with Phoenix.
Boston's approach to the situation has been nothing short of professional. She acknowledged that fans will do what fans do, refused to criticize them, and kept the focus on basketball. No dramatic statements about respect or legends, no victim narrative, no month-long campaign to rewrite what actually happened. Just basketball, pure and simple. It's almost like she understands that the best response to any controversy is to focus on your job and let your performance speak for itself, which is exactly what she did by dropping 17 points in the fourth quarter to secure the victory. Bonner, on the other hand, and her teammates have turned this incident into their personal crusade, complete with lectures about respect and unnecessary commentary about fan behavior. The real victims are Indiana Fever fans who invested their time, money, and emotional energy into supporting a team that signed what they thought was a difference maker, only to watch her walk away when the going got tough.
Fans can do what they want to do. The fan chose to do what they want to do. That was simple as that. Nice and easy. Simple as that. Let's not say a negative thing. She said the fans did what the fans did. She made her bed. She can lay in it. Basically, that ain't nothing to do with me. Yeah. Love this response. Great response. Great answer.
The most frustrating aspect of this entire situation is the gaslighting of Fever fans who have every right to express their disappointment. We're now living in a world where booing, one of the most fundamental expressions of fan displeasure in professional sports, is somehow considered inappropriate when directed at a player who literally quit on the team mid-season. This is professional sports, not a participation trophy ceremony. When LeBron James returned to Cleveland after the decision, he was booed mercilessly, and nobody clutched their pearls about it being distasteful. When players force trades or leave teams in controversial circumstances, fan displeasure is not just expected. It's part of the emotional contract between professional athletes and the people who support them. What makes this situation even more ridiculous is the performance disproportion. Meanwhile, the player everyone is suggesting should apologize to the fans, Aliyah Boston, was busy dominating the game with 22 points and 12 rebounds, including that crucial 17-point fourth quarter that sealed the victory. The contrast couldn't be more stark. One player quit when things got difficult, while the other stayed and delivered when it mattered most.
So hilarious that in the first game that Phoenix plays Indiana, after signing Ari and Dewanna Bonner leaving, Ari has a season high of 27 points, and Dewanna Bonner only scored 4 points for the Phoenix Mercury last night. And let me be clear, yes, Dewanna Bonner is a legend. Yes, she is a WNBA great. Yes, she's accomplished great things for the league. However, if you leave a team after 9 games in the way that she left, when you come back and play that team, of course their fans are going to boo you. That's like common.
The broader context here is important. This is the same Indiana Fever fan base that has been unfairly maligned throughout the season, from false accusations of bad behavior that were thoroughly investigated and found to be unsubstantiated, to constant criticism for being too passionate about their team. These fans have supported their team through rebuilding, celebrated the arrival of generational talent like Caitlin Clark, and invested emotionally in players like Bonner, who they hoped would help deliver success. When that investment is met with abandonment, booing is not just understandable. You go into a former home of yours and typically you don't leave on your terms, fans aren't going to be happy, and yeah, that's what they did tonight. It's refreshing to hear someone in professional sports acknowledge basic reality instead of pretending that fan emotion exists in a vacuum.
Yeah, I think just in sports, it's kind of what you have to anticipate, right? Yeah, I thought she handled it fine. That's kind of how sports works. You go into a former home of yours, and typically, if you don't leave on your terms, the fans aren't going to be happy. And that's what they did.
The most telling aspect of Aliyah Boston's response is what she didn't do. She didn't throw her fans under the bus. She didn't apologize for their entirely reasonable reaction. She didn't engage in virtue signaling about respect and legends. Instead, she did what professional athletes should do. She focused on basketball, delivered a dominant performance, and let her play do the talking. This is leadership in its purest form, protecting your people while staying focused on what actually matters. Compare that to the response from Mercury players who seem more interested in litigating fan behavior than acknowledging the legitimate reasons behind it. Kahleah Copper's comments about Bonner being the sweetest soul and the situation not working for her completely missed the point. Professional sports isn't about being sweet. It's about commitment, perseverance, and following through on the obligations you accept when you sign a contract. Bonner failed on all 3 counts, and fans have every right to express their disappointment.
Come to Indiana Fever Land. It's their time. You hear me? We booing all type of stuff. We ain't trying to hear all of that. Y'all crying about booing, but y'all used to playing in front of 10 fans. At the end of the day, man, head up, chest out. I can't believe y'all crying and whining and still trying to say these dumb allegations, bruh. And then you taking shots at my precious CC? Man, what she do to you? She ain't even playing.
The irony is that while Mercury players are busy defending Bonner's legacy and accomplishments, they're simultaneously diminishing what made those accomplishments meaningful in the first place. Championships and all-star selections matter because they represent sustained excellence and commitment. When you quit on a team after 9 games because the fit isn't right, you're essentially saying that comfort and convenience matter more than the work required to achieve greatness. That's not the behavior of a champion. It's the behavior of someone who has forgotten what made them successful in the first place. Meanwhile, Aliyah Boston continues to embody everything that Dewanna Bonner's Indiana tenure was supposed to represent. She's the steady veteran presence, the reliable performer in crucial moments, and the leader who doesn't make excuses when things get challenging. The fact that she refused to criticize fans for booing someone who abandoned the team shows exactly the kind of character that championship teams are built around.
They're distasteful for booing. The Indiana fans are distasteful for booing a basketball player on the opposing team. This is insanity. Y'all cannot handle fans. Y'all don't want fans, so do not ask for more money. Stop asking for more money. Y'all don't want fans in the arena. The Boston Celtics boo the other players all the time. Oh my God.
The bottom line is simple. Indiana Fever fans have nothing to apologize for. They invested in a player who didn't invest in them. They supported someone who didn't support the team when support was needed most. They cheered for a veteran who walked away when the going got tough. Booing Dewanna Bonner isn't distasteful or inappropriate. It's the natural and entirely justified response of fans who understand that professional sports requires commitment. And when that commitment is broken, there are consequences. Aliyah Boston's refusal to criticize those fans isn't just smart politics. It's recognition that the people in the stands are the ones who make professional sports possible. They buy tickets, watch games, buy merchandise, and invest emotionally in outcomes that ultimately don't affect their daily lives. When someone takes advantage of that investment and then walks away, the fans have every right to express their displeasure. The fact that Boston understands and respects that relationship shows exactly why she's a cornerstone player for the Fever's future, while Bonner's brief stint will be remembered as nothing more than a cautioner.